And now, another episode of MMA Gossip with your boys.
Boom, we're live, baby. Episode, what is this, 83? We just went over to 82, 83, MMA Gossip, back in your life with another episode. Got a lot to talk about this week, like we say every single episode, and I just repeat it all the time. The MMA world never sleeps. Boxing's been on fire lately. We got UFC 266 this weekend. 2 title fights. It feels like 3 because we'll have 3 5-round fights. The Nick Diaz Robbie Lawler fight is now at middleweight. If you haven't heard, which I'm sure you have, because Nick Diaz is pretty much all the news lately. All the embeds have him featuring him. The thumbnails are him. So everybody wants to see him make his return. We could talk about the snooze fest. That was Bellator 266. Smith getting a dominant win over Ryan Spann, and that and a whole lot more. So thank you guys for sticking with us. If you're still with us, hit the like button, the little bell, the whole 9 on YouTube. Like, comment, subscribe. You know what to do. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, anywhere you're listening to this, give us a thumbs up and subscribe. It really fucking helps us out. Takes like 0.5 seconds to do. So do it right now. Give you 0.5 seconds. And then Mike will take us through our rundown.
Chris, you're the man. Best second 2 weeks in a row. Great intros. All right, yeah, so weekend in review, I think there's really 2 questions, both main event questions, Bellator and UFC. It's just like, I thought of Anthony Smith getting all riled up on the mic. Some of it was spam, some of it was backlash at the fans. He fucking whooped ass 3 fights in a row. Literally can't make this shit up. Anthony Smith over like 50 plus fights. I want to know, what do you guys think of his reaction? And do you think it was over? What do you think of it overall? Overdone, underdone? And what's his legacy? Because he's never going to be champ again, but he really is just like journeyman. You look it up in the dictionaries, picture Anthony Smith. So what do you guys think about that?
I mean, that's how he reacts after every fight. I mean, remember against Hector Lombard? He's screaming during the whole fight. He's freaking out after the fight. I feel like it's just what he does. And I kind of dig it too, as people were really talking down on him. Granted, I don't think he's back in the picture by any means, but he beat the living shit out of Ryan Spann. He was like, all right, you guys really don't think I can fight anymore? Watch this. He beat his fucking ass. And I definitely still think he has a place in division. As for his legacy, I mean, I don't know. Do you call somebody a journeyman that fought for the belt, even though, I mean, I guess he is, but I would if there was a level that was an inch better, that's what I would call Anthony Smith. But
a journeyman to an even further degree.
No, better. He's a little bit better than I think a journeyman. There's a lot of other guys that I would put in that category that I think Smith has had a better career than. Not off the top of my head, though. I need a second to think.
Well, Jorge Masvidal was pretty much a journey. I mean, I think still. Well, I guess now he's got not, I don't want to say superstar, but he's, or not, I guess superstar, not megastar, right? Yeah, superstar is definitely the word. But anyway, Anthony Smith, good win. I don't really think too highly of Ryan Spann. I said that in the last episode. I think he overachieved in the UFC and he's not that great. And we all thought that Anthony Smith is just better than him pretty much everywhere. And that's exactly how the fight went. I really did no issue whatsoever with his actions after the fight. It was just, and again, like I said, I don't care at all. It's just not weird, but I see him on the UFC, the ESPN desk all the time, in a suit, being so calm and speaking nicely, and then just see him just unleash the beast. It was, I don't want to say weird, it was just different. You know what I mean? But yeah, I don't mind that at all. So good for him. Good win. It's just weird because, to Matt's comment about not being a journeyman, I think he is the absolute definition of a journeyman, even fighting for the belt. I think that just adds to his journeyman status because he started off his career 5-6 and then just, took off, fought John Jones for the belt, got absolutely dominated. He could have technically won the belt if he stayed down after that knee, because John Jones is a fucking moron, but he didn't. And I don't know where he goes in division because he's on a 3-fight win streak, but prior to that, he was saying that when he fought Rakic the last time, he said that he felt small and that 205ers were just way bigger than him and stronger than him, and he was contemplating moving to 85. And now he's going on a 3-fight win streak and calling out Rakic again. So it was just a little weird. Rakic seems to accept, though. So I guess if he wins that fight, Anthony Smith would be, number 2 or 3 in the division. So fuck it, go for it. Especially with John Jones gone now. I mean, Glover Teixeira fucked him up, but that first round, Anthony Smith was fucking him up, and now Glover's fighting for the belt, So I guess anything could happen. You never know. Anthony Smith seems like he's always down to fight, so we'll see. Good for him. Nice win.
Low-key, I'd be more excited to watch him fight for the belt than Glover, but I don't think that's saying much.
Well, we got Yuri in the picture too. I'm pretty sure Yuri's a lock to get it, because he's more exciting. He's just the more exciting guy at this point, I mean, and he's definitely earned it. I mean, even though his 2 fights in the UFC, they were against, I mean, what rank was Volkan when they fought? Like 7? And then he was Dominic Reyes, who's number 1, right? Number 2, maybe?
Check on Dominic Reyes, dude. What's up with him?
I don't know. I think he went black for a little while on social media, and then he posted something recently, and it was like a positive vibe picture. So I guess he's doing a little bit better. But dude, who knows, man? That's a rough way to go 0-2. First 2 losses. It's like, or actually 2 out of 3. It's bad. How do you come back from that? Is it, you got nose broken by Jan, and then elbow from fucking hell from Yuri. Dude, that's a career changing. That's a career changing knockout, no doubt. That's why I want to talk about Curtis Blades this weekend. Bro, come back from that was a career changing knockout, and he's a huge favorite. And he's a huge favorite. And how can you not bet Jairzinho by knockout plus 380? I mean, come on, how can you not? $25,
dude. Yeah, that's his only route to victory, right? Like Jairzinho's not gonna be able to win it. I mean, I don't want to say he can't win it. How good? I mean, I don't fucking know. I'm just going back and forth. That Curtis Blades should definitely win that fight, but we've seen Curtis Blades gas before. I did say on his Instagram though that he's been really trying to get his weight down prior to like early on in camp. So that was definitely good. And he's a good spirit. His Instagram is actually funny. He posts some funny ass memes and shit. So I always point out who's a good follow on Instagram, and he's just a good dude all around. But yeah, I see. I mean, it's worth it just to sprinkle. Like you said, $25. Fuck it. But I do think Curtis Blades is going to win. But he's a massive favorite coming off a knockout like that.
Yeah. Remember, when did it happen? I'm gonna look that up. Go ahead, Matt.
So I was just gonna say, I think if I was, I'd take Rosenstrike. Dude, he just gets knocked out in the most vicious way possible, and look who he's fighting. Like, if he gasses, which is definitely a possibility, and he's not getting that fight to the ground anymore, dude, like, I don't know.
I don't think he'll have too much difficulty taking Rosenstrike down, though, to be honest with you.
No, but does he have difficulty not getting fucking cracked in the head? Dude, he's like Corey Anderson in a way. He just can't get in his own fucking way.
So here, guys, when you get knocked out, we've seen knockouts, we've seen TKOs, we've seen every kind of knockout possible, like right, flash knockout, stiff knockout, like we've seen them all. When you see Curtis Blades get knocked out the way he got knocked out 7 months ago, dead on arrival, and then 2 fucking extra bombs after that on the chin, how long do you think you need to recover from that, if ever?
Bare minimum a year.
Yeah, he's coming back too soon, in my opinion.
7 months.
That's heavyweight.
And listen, I still obviously you have to favor Blades, but you have that. He might have like an off switch, like right here. Jairzinho, he's got good. I mean, dude, it can happen.
Dude, the funniest meme ever is Derek Lewis posted, "He's okay." Curtis Blades is unconscious on the floor, and his hand is like this. He's like, so.
Talk about good follows. He's probably the best.
Dude, the funniest thing ever and right after he knocks him out like that, he goes, "That's Herb Dean's fault," for the follow-up. Herb Dean standing right there. He's like, "That's Herb Dean's fault."
Great.
Dude.
All right, guys.
Awesome.
One more thing. What do you guys think about the Yoel Romero fight? Why did he fight like that? And Dana White saying, good luck with Romero.
Did you see he said he thought it was 5 rounds?
That's ridiculous. I don't even know what to think of that. I just honestly don't even think about that because it's so ridiculous to even factor that in. That's ridiculous.
It's actually retarded. There's no other word for it. He's retarded.
I mean, we know he's definitely retarded, but
are we still allowed to say that word? I feel like that falls into the same category as the other word.
Half the things you've said on this podcast. Well, dude, he is unique to say the least. And I think that like people like him, but I think like he gets a lot of views, right? And he's just a freak nature. He's 44 years old. He looks the way he looks. And Dana White just had enough. He went on a little bit of a skid won a fight, and then another little skid. And Dana was like, all right, fuck this. I'm cutting. They pay him a fuck ton of money too. So I think Dana just had enough, said good luck, and just stupid little shit like that. Like, oh, I thought it was 5 rounds. Even if you thought it was 5 rounds, you still did absolutely nothing in 3. So say you were reserving yourself for 4 and 5. What were you going to do? Just come out 4 fucking like a bat out of hell? Like, I think we're just going to see 2 more rounds of that anyway. So fuck it. And Phil Davis was taking him down at will. So.
Yeah. No, he's at this point, how can you say he's shot? Like, I'm sure he can come out and still throw bombs if he chose to, but fighting like this, fuck. Good for Dana.
He's got racks in the bank too. The motivation is just probably not there anymore.
Good deep.
You see what Scott Coker said? Scott Coker said, trust me, this was just a fluke. Next time Joe Romero's going to come out throwing bombs, be the most exciting fighter we have on the roster. It's like,
he's going to kidnap him and send him to Venezuela and put a gun to his head and threaten him. And then if he doesn't do it, they're going to send him back over and they're just going to kill him.
Why Cuba. Venezuela?
Yeah, I don't know, dude, how many times like Cuba's like kidnapping baseball players in the MLB because they have a lot of money and like hold them for ransom, but he's not Venezuelan, so
that happens. I don't know that.
Oh, it's happened a couple times, specifically to Mets players. It's almost hilarious.
In Cuba or Venezuela? Because then you said
Venezuela.
Cuba, and then you said Venezuela again.
Well, Cuba solely for him, but usually they do that in Venezuela.
Cuba solely for him.
Oh, you see it today in Cuba. They're mandating the vaccine for kids.
Yeah, dude. How do people look at that and think that everything going on here is okay? How do you not see that? The connection there.
Fucked up. But anyway, Yoel Romero, 44 years old. Maybe Father Time just got him, dude. He was he still is. Like, look at that fucking guy. He looks like a soldier of God, but talent-wise and performance-wise, it's just not there, especially getting taken down like he was a silver gold medalist in the Olympics, and you're getting taken down at will in what's supposed to be your strong suit. It's just like pretty minimal interest. And I saw, and Phil Davis said he's down to hop back in the Bellator Grand Prix if he can, because he lost to the champ, and now Nemkov was having a brain fart, so I tried to slide past that. But Nemkov beat him, and now Rumble can't fight. So Phil Davis said he'd down to slide back in, but I think he'll just get his ass beat again. But hey,
what's up with Rumble? What's his problem? Do we know?
Dude, to be honest with you, I didn't click the article because I was away all weekend at a wedding, but I saw he said that he had there was like a list of reasons. It wasn't just one thing. It was just like, I think it was just honestly bad fucking timing. But I can't speak to it. But yeah, I saw he said he had like a list of reasons. But I didn't, like I said, I was away. So
well, he was like, I'm afraid for my life.
Yeah.
Also,
go ahead.
I'm so sorry. I didn't mention the World Fight League. You guys saw that, obviously, that whole thing. We never touched on that. And that was when I said I was away this weekend. I was at the wedding rehearsal, and I'm like, what the fuck? That's crazy. So I emailed it to myself to read later, and I ended up reading the article. I mean, dude, many have tried, many have fucking failed. So we'll see. And Dana loves competition. I bet you they do sign a few fucking past prime big name guys and try to, basically do the Bellator business model of 5 years ago. Yeah, but we'll see.
Best not come at the king.
I mean, I like the competition because just more stuff to watch for us, but obviously everybody wants everyone under one roof, so that we can see the best fight the best, but it's all good. More competition. I'm excited for it. All right, guys. So 266. Let me share my screen. Got some awesome fucking fights. Boom. All right, guys. Let's talk about a fun one. Oh, so Myro Bueno Silva and Manafro, that got canceled, so I guess it's going to a future date. But all right. Roxanne Modafferi, Tyler Santos. When is Roxanne not plus 300 or more?
I think Tyler Santos fucks her up, bro.
Dude, if you look at Roxanne's record, it's literally her. I think it's her past 8 past 8 fights, maybe 10, but I believe it's 8. She's win loss, and she's coming off a loss. So bet the house on her, baby.
Oh man, I don't know. I still don't know. Look here. Plus 133, plus 450, plus 270. She's the underdog in every single fight. So
And she's won. She lost her last fight. Yeah.
So yeah, if you bet that, you'd be up money.
Well, I bet on her. You guys know the famous parlay when I bet on her to beat Macy Barber and parlayed it with McGregor to win by knockout in the first round. That was a spicy payout, dude. And it was the McGregor knockout in round 1 was boosted. I think it was like $25, and I won like almost $900.
That's fucking wild, dude.
Yeah,
for beating Shevchenko. So it sounds like we all got a taste of some Modafferi juice.
whoa,
Ew.
Ew.
dude, I'm clipping the fuck out of that.
Yeah, that's gross.
That's gross.
You'll see that on Twitter within a day.
Yeah, I'm excited to see Chris Daukaus. Kind of.
Dude, I'm really excited to see him.
Yeah, he's. I think he's going to be one of those heavyweights that can be actually good for a while. So I think he's going to roll here. Yeah, I mean, like, dude, he has 4 fights in UFC, and his total fight time in the UFC is 7 minutes or something like that.
Yeah.
So he's knocking people out, man. He's quick. He's light on his feet for a heavier guy.
Back to blue, baby.
Yeah,
Facts, Chris.
Yo, Hackcrast and Hooker is going to be spicy.
No, I think Hapras might put him out.
I think so too. I think he's got good hands. And I was listening to the MMA by the Numbers guy today. Fucking awesome, dude. Go check out that episode. We had him on. He was saying that Nasrat's stats are like not off the charts, but they're like elite. And basically Dan Hooker's are okay, but obviously Dan Hooker's competition has been wildly better than Nasrat's. But I still think Nasrat's I really think he should be the favorite here. So I got money in Nasrat. What do you guys think,
dude?
Chris?
A couple things on that. One, yeah, check out that episode with MMA by the Numbers. I think it's our 4th most popular episode of all time. So definitely go check that out. Give it a view. Give it a thumbs up. But also, dude, there's so much backstory between like what's going on in both of their lives. Obviously, Dan Hooker, the whole Australia, New Zealand thing is all fucked up with COVID restrictions and whatnot. And he couldn't get his visa, so he tweeted at the embassy, like someone that works in the U.S. embassy in Australia or New Zealand, wherever he was flying out of, and he ended up getting his visa like on Thursday. Flew to the U.S., weighed in on Friday, or is what you know what I mean. That's
what's gonna happen.
Yeah. Is weighing in on Friday, and Hapcrast, his mother passed away, I think, a week ago. And then on top of that, he had visa issues. So he did the Dan Hooker treatment. He did exactly what Dan Hooker did, like, and John Morgan retweeted it. Was like MMA fans, you know what to do. And they all tagged that fucking dude, and he got his visa approved. So it's just madness. And the fact that these two guys did all that and are both stepping in, especially Nasrat with his mom passing, it's just, those dudes are down to fight.
Yeah, dude, it's gonna be wild fight.
Yeah,
I'm predicting it now.
You guys call this a Hapras coming out party if he wins, or because I know like a couple weeks ago we had a discussion on the podcast that Dan Hooker actually might be overrated. So how much stock do you put in that win if he wins?
I think that Hooker is a little bit overrated. He's had some really good performances against some really good guys. Like, I think he overperformed. Like, he knocked out Gilbert Burns. That's a big win back in the day, but he still got it. And then obviously he looked phenomenal against Poirier for the first 2 rounds. So that sticks in people's minds. But I think that was a little more of a mental lapse with Poirier, and then he got his wits together come round 3 and then turned it on more so than Hooker looking good. So that's just my opinion. But I do think Hooker is a little bit overrated. Coming out party, yes, a lot of people probably think it's a coming out party for him. For me, I think this is a fight. I expect him to beat Dan Hooker. I mean, that's how confident I am in him. Yeah.
It was Drew Dober that fucked him up, right?
Yeah.
And that was supposed to be his coming out party. So I think it's just a little bit of a delayed coming out party. But I mean,
I still think I would take Dober over him tomorrow.
Over Nasrat? What were the click the line? Click that, Mike. What was the odds of that fight?
Yeah, good idea. I think it was close to even, or Dober was a favorite.
Was it?
I don't know. I'm spitballing.
Bottom, dude. Nasrat was minus 330.
Jesus Dude, I mean, he's also like
That's fucking wild.
they were pushing him for a second.
Wait, he was plus 305 to Marcin Held? Where the fuck? Oh, that was 2017. It's like a weird order. Dude, I almost just fell out of my chair. It's like, what the fuck? What world? And where the fuck did Marcin Held last fight in the UFC? Anyway.
Anyway, where are you going with that?
No, I'm just saying, anyway, take it back, Mike.
Is that anybody got thoughts on that? I mean, like,
I agree with
crazy
you.
here?
I just think Hooker, he started out rough. Like, if you look at his record, he had a bunch of losses early on in his career, and he's one of those dudes that'll fight anyone. Like, I've seen videos of Dan Hooker. He took a short notice heavyweight fight in New Zealand and won by knockout. So, like, dude, he's insane. He'll literally, like, he's just like one of those guys that's just trying to fight. You know what I mean? No other, he's just down to fight, and that's it. So, like, you know, as you could tell with his visa issues, and he's still, dude, imagine flying across the globe, literally landing, weighing in, and then fighting at the highest level the next day. It's just insane. But he's doing it, so props to him, man. But yeah, I think Nasrat, I think they are like, this is one of those fights. It's a measuring stick for Nasrat, so we'll see where he's at. You know, another fucking veteran. He's been knocked out. You know, Hooker Chandler did him pretty dirty. So we'll see. We'll see. Maybe the wear and tear on Hooker is just timing good. You know, the UFC knows what the fuck they're doing, bro. So we'll see. The line is incredibly sketchy.
No, 2 weeks ago, Nasrat was plus 155. That's when I jumped on, because like, this is why.
Nice.
So it definitely shrunk. I think it should be an even. I think it should be even. That's just my opinion. All right, guys. Matt's got a hot take here, I bet. Matt, get off work.
Yes, I am working. Yes.
Tell me, Matt. Yeah, Matt's fucking working over here while we're doing the podcast. Sponsors, help us out. I'll be the first sponsor when I get my shit together. But
dude, fuck Matt's job.
Yeah, fuck your job, Matt. Tell us why Merab is going to beat Marlon Moraes, your favorite fighter.
Because he's going to gas him, and he's just going to take him down over and over and over and do minimal damage like Merab does.
Do you have a personal grudge against Marlon Moraes?
No, I honestly don't give a shit about Moraes. But I hate Merab. I think he's so overrated. It's crazy.
I do too, man. I just feel like this line is wild to me.
Because
like,
you haven't seen Moraes fight like Merab's a gas tank, if anything. Like, his gas tank is good to go. Moraes is the polar opposite.
I got a hot take. I think Moraes gasses because he's getting his ass beat. You know what I'm saying? I think.
No, because against Cejudo, he was beating Cejudo's ass, and he gassed beating up Cejudo.
No, I don't think he was gassed before he was getting tagged. Hold on. Did he finish Chris, did he finish Cejudo in the third round or the second?
No, Cejudo finished him in the second round, I think.
Okay.
Third.
I don't know if he gassed against Cejudo. I think he was just getting his ass beat.
Watch it back.
Yeah, you know what? It was the third round. It was the third round because I remember him going back to his corner and Mark Henry being like, "You do it for your fam," like, yes, like pulling out the fucking, pulling out all the stops to try to hype him up.
I'm telling you, Moraes, as much as I rip on him, dude, he should not be plus 215. That's absurd against Merab. Number one. Number two, I think he gasses when he gets his ass beat, which has been frequently lately. Obviously, he's been on downward and he's not getting any younger. But I feel like you have to take a shot at Moraes at these odds.
I agree.
You have to.
I agree with that. But one takedown, and I think it's over.
We'll see. Shout out Numbers MMA. He said Moraes has only been taken down at the total of 3 times, and it has only been held down for like a total of 12 seconds. And obviously,
do you remember?
He hasn't faced a chain wrestler like Merab.
You're right. You're absolutely right.
Do you remember what Merab's takedown percent was? I was just curious because what Matt just said, he's just a chain wrestler. So I wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't that high. You know what I mean?
No, it's not that high. It's 55%.
That's where I think Moraes is going to get tired, just defending the takedown.
Yeah,
right,
that's what I'm looking at.
A lot of people say, "Oh yeah, he took him down 13 times." Well, the guy got up 12. Right? It's like,
yes, that's dude. That's
But
where I think Bryce can
listen to
capitalize.
this. Listen to this stat from Numbers MMA. He said out of every single fighter who's landed, I think very similar takedowns to Merab or more, win 80 times out of 82 times. So even though, he's getting up that many times, that guy who's getting up that many times is losing 80 times out of 82. So it's like that's a crazy stat in and of itself. So, I mean, Matt, you're right. I think that Merab should definitely be the favorite, and I do think he's going to win. But if I'm placing a bet, my money's going on Rice, personally. All right,
I agree with that. Fair.
Cynthia Calvillo. This is a crazy fight too, because I think the line's a little lopsided here too. Cynthia Calvillo plus 225, Jessica Andrade minus 290. It's like, I feel like we all thought that Andrade had a sliver of a chance against Shevchenko, but that proved to be way wrong. Like literally, Shevchenko wins that fight 100 times out of 100. So what do you guys think here? Cynthia Calvillo coming off, she got beat soundly by Blonde Fighter, in which she was a minus 250 favorite against Blonde Fighter in that fight. Crazy. So
It's my girl.
I know, she's awesome.
I love her.
Great follow on Instagram.
She is.
She is.
Not a great Democrat.
No, that's why she's great. Cynthia Calvillo, what do you guys think? Matt.
It's Matt's girl, so I'll let him go first.
Matt loves 34-year-old Cynthia Calvillo. What?
Andrade's going to beat her ass.
Really?
Going to be bad.
I don't think so.
I think that. Go ahead, Matt.
Cynthia loves falling in love with her hands, and I think Andrade is going to crack her. Cynthia doesn't wrestle like she used to. She used to come out looking to wrestle. Now she comes out looking to box. And I don't know, dude. I don't like that against Andrade at all. I don't like Calvillo that much, period. Like, I think her ceiling is what it is. Like, I don't think she's going to miraculously win this fight, overcome these odds, and be in line for a title shot sooner than later. I just don't see that happening.
Dude, when we met her in person, you were literally...
Yeah, it was 100 years.
He's like, I don't like her. You could have fucking fooled me, bro. But anyway, I think that... Yeah, I mean, I think the line is a little steep. Maybe like minus 200. What did it open at? See, check that. But I just think that Calvillo, two things. Calvillo, whoa, look at that move. That's fucking wild.
Yeah, start 195 is pretty much the same, dude. Since August 16th to today, it's only moved. I mean, it's been a little wonky in the front.
Yeah, it's wonky and then just steady. Yeah. Steady. I just think Calvillo, I say that a lot, but Calvillo is obviously the superior wrestler here. And Andrade said she was surprised that Shevchenko took her down. Like, she didn't expect to be taken down. Like, what world are you in? Shevchenko's got unreal, like, body lock takedowns, all that. Anyway, thought that was weird. Calvillo has the wrestling to do it, but I think that Andrade surprises. I mean, not anymore because they all know her game, but she surprised a lot of people with her strength. Like when people try to take her down and she turns them into the fence, or when she dumped Namajunas on her fucking head, stuff like that. So I think that I think she's just going to overpower Calvillo, and I don't think Calvillo's wrestling is going to be nearly enough. And then it's either going to be a decision or Calvillo's going to join the highlight reel.
Yo, so I don't think that Andrade is going to finish her. I think that Calvillo is actually super tough. Like, remember when Marina Rodriguez beat the fuck out of her for 2 rounds? Like, beat her ass up like Marina Rodriguez does to most of her opponents. And then she gets 10-8'd. And then
if she gets hit by Andrade's bombs, though, like clean, she might not have a say in the matter.
Yeah, but
do you think Andrade could knock you out?
Yeah, dude, 100%.
No, like,
like Andrade hit me in the face as hard as you can, and I just stood there and didn't.
Well, like, I don't mean that.
I'm saying if you fought Andrade on her head.
Yeah. No,
if you fought Andrade in a boxing match, who do you think would win?
Oh, I'd lose. But if it was an MMA match, I might have a chance.
Like, you get put through the wall, dude.
Nah, she's still. I don't know. Well, I mean, I could probably do it. I could just, get transgender and then cut the weight, and we'll be all right.
And off the rails. Yo,
Yeah.
fuck that one guy, dude. And I hope everybody keeps ripping into him.
How can you not? All right,
I'm gonna
guys.
prove people wrong. Right, you're gonna beat up girls. Fucking
Matt's gonna
idiot.
bet Cynthia Calvillo. Matt, you betting?
No, still no.
Good for you.
You're
Good for you.
being a good boy.
Good boy.
I don't believe that for a second.
I swear to God, dude, I'll screenshot my account every weekend.
You haven't bet on college football or the NFL this
I
season.
haven't bet on. I bet on college football. It's week 3 or week 4. I've placed one bet and it was $50.
That's crazy, dude. Good for you.
Yeah, it was on UNC when they were down by a bunch. I thought they'd come back. It was like 50 for like 450, and they didn't come back.
All right, guys. Jairzinho, Rosenstruck, Curtis Blades.
Oh, yeah. I was gonna say, didn't we talk about this?
Oh, yeah, we already talked about this.
Oh, no, it was on the podcast.
Yeah,
It was
on the
half on,
podcast.
half off. Dude, I didn't realize that line was that big. Jesus Christ.
I know.
Dude, he just got put through the wall.
I know. And listen, he has the ability to go out there and look like a minus 1,000 if he puts his shit together.
Exactly.
So, we can look stupid in hindsight, or we could look like fucking mad geniuses in hindsight.
It's not a question of his talent. He's definitely better. It's a question of is he not going to get cracked by the fucking Thai boxer?
Matt's coming out of retirement this week. I can feel it.
Oh my God.
Saucy plus 265.
Yeah.
That's milky.
I like
Might as
those
well
odds.
just
But,
bet
I
the
feel like
knockout.
we see Rosen strike with these odds a lot. We always have the same conversation. We always have the same outcome.
Well, I mean, like, he has a lot of wins in the UFC against high-level guys. He's doing okay.
He's just very one-dimensional.
The most one-dimensional, yes.
I'm still pissed at him for the Gone fight.
Dude, fuck him for that.
And remember, he lost every single minute of the Overeem fight, and then broke his lip in the last 5 seconds.
Dude, speaking of Overeem, he's fighting Rico Verhoeven in Glory for the heavyweight title, right?
Is he gonna get starched?
Dude, I mean, he basically kind of said yesterday, they did a press conference, and he basically said, we also got to talk about Canelo and Caleb Plant, but yesterday he said, I could beat him in a street fight, and I think he knows that, but I am stepping into his rules, blah, blah, blah. Even though, Overeem came from a Dutch kickboxing background, hasn't done it in a while, and Rico's been fucking up the best kickboxers in the world, except Badr Hari kind of had his number a little bit, but then Badr Hari broke his fucking arm, and yeah, I think Rico's just going to kind of fuck him up, especially his chin at this stage. You know what I mean? Yeah.
He likes to play it safe now in his old age in MMA, which he's good at. Push him up against the fence, get takedowns.
Yes.
And he fights a lot smarter, but he's not going to be able to do that in the ring. So
yeah,
God bless him. God willing, hope he's getting paid. I just don't want to see him die again. It's been how many times have we seen him flatline, dude? How many? At least 10 times.
He said this is his last year.
Yeah, good for
So-
him.
Put 10 fights in this year.
But yeah, Mike, take us back. Sorry,
Right.
I went on a little tangent.
All good. Yo, Robbie Lawler, Nick Diaz. Chris, if you guys don't know, big fucking fan of the Diaz brothers. One of those few fighters that he gets the sweats, the shakes, fucking has to chug beer, shaking his leg, can't look at the TV. This is one of those nights. Chris, tell us what's going to go down Saturday.
Dude, I almost wore it. Dude, I have a Nick Diaz shirt that I bought right after UFC 183. It was printed, and it said, the whole "Don't be scared, homie." He's laying on the ground from fighting Anderson Silva, and it's way too small on me because I bought it in college, and the sleeve is ripped from here to here, and I literally won't let my mom throw it out. I still wear it like to sleep and shit. I'm like, don't fucking get rid of this shirt. But dude, so it's funny. UFC 160 or 183 was the last time he fought Anderson Silva at middleweight, and that was the whole right before the whole 5-year suspension bullshit and all that. Anyway, we watched it in South Lincoln down at school at Monmouth. We were watching in my bedroom. I bought the pay-per-view, and I had a bunch of the boys over in the basement room, and I was sitting on a beach chair right in front of the TV, and everyone was smoking, drinking, like sitting around, and everyone's just like, just name value Anderson Silva. I think, let's put it this way: if there was 10 people in the room, 9 of them are rooting for Anderson Silva, and I was rooting my ass off for Nick Diaz. And I remember, I think it might have been Yellow Billy, but one of our boys was like a casual fan at best. It was like, no, these Diaz brothers, he's a dirtbag. How can you be rooting for him? I'm like, shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? Just all pissed. But anyway, dating back to UFC 47, Nick Diaz and Robbie Lawler. That's crazy to say. 17 years ago, 209 months ago, they last fought, and Nick Diaz put Robbie Lawler on his face, literally knocked him out cold with a check. I think it was a check right hook after he fucking laid into him with a 1-2, wobbled Robbie. Robbie got all fucking pissed, came at him. Nick hit him with the 1-2, face planted. And before the fight, they were calling Nick Diaz, even Joe Rogan, a jiu-jitsu fighter. And someone asked him backstage, literally in the interview, he says, "We know you're not going to knock Robbie out. What's your game plan?" He goes, "I know you're not a knockout puncher." Nick Diaz goes, "Who told you that?" He goes, "That's what they're saying." Nick Diaz literally goes, "Oh, that's what they're saying, huh?" And then proceeds to flatline Robbie Lawler, who was a beast at that time. They were 20 and 21 respectively. And here we are 17 motherfucking years later, and the line is basically even. You never know what you're going to get with the Diaz brothers. Literally yesterday, he moved the fight from welterweight to middleweight just because he fucking can. And it's just mind games, dude. He's definitely just doing it to fuck with Robbie Lawler a little bit. And he is supremely confident coming into this fight, Nick Diaz. So we'll see, man. He says he's a better fighter now. I feel like that's kind of impossible, but he's been teaching jiu-jitsu, like he's been teaching seminars and doing all that. And he looks like to be in really good shape again. I know he was off on a drinking bender, but even through his whole drinking bender, and did that interview with Ariel Helwani, and he was fucking hammered, slurring his words, didn't know what was happening. He still had a six pack and would do that shit. And then like the next weekend would post like doing a triathlon. So the shape's always there with the Diaz brothers, and Robbie Lawler has been a shell of himself lately. So this fight has so many question marks and is just so wild. And it's all the media attention is on him. So we'll fucking see. But maybe Matt, you could take us through Robbie Lawler, being that he's one of your past favorites.
Dude, I think I'm going with Nick here, man.
Really?
Yeah, I just like I could sit here and say, oh, we haven't seen Nick Diaz, but yeah, we've seen Robbie Lawler. We've seen him get his ass beat for the last fucking 4 years. Like nothing he's done has inspired me to bet him here. Nothing. And the fact that Nick is the one that wanted the weight class move, I think I'm going with Nick Diaz here. So I don't need to reiterate anything you just said. And realistically, like you take age out of the picture, he's probably the better mixed martial artist. I mean, being real, I guess the only thing Robbie really has on his side in this fight is he's fought more often, I guess, recently. Outside of that, I'm going Nick Diaz.
Damn, Matt, you actually make a lot of good fucking points. It's like you're betting the unknown with Nick Diaz, or so it appears, the unknown, because we haven't seen him in so long, versus the shell of Robbie Lawler, who, yes, has been more active, but has looked pretty bad, like pretty harsh downfall since his loss to Woodley. So, yeah, I mean, Matt, you make a good point.
Don't get me wrong. If I saw Robbie Lawler flatline somebody one more time at Nick Diaz's expense, I'd be like, you know what? Okay.
Fuck you, dude.
It would be nice to see after he's basically being fed to wrestlers for the past 5 years. But
dude, I'll literally kill myself. Shut the fuck up.
Oh, man. Diaz brothers do not get finished. We don't count Josh Thompson. That was bullshit.
Oh, dude. Yeah, I know. Fuck
Right?
that. That literally never happened. No, nobody accepts that, including me.
No one accepts it. All right, guys. Go ahead.
Sorry, Mike. The Diaz brothers have literally taken the biggest shots of all time right on the chin, though. It's like insane. Like Masvidal soccer kicked Nate Diaz in the head, from point blank range. And I'm back in the day, like the Paul Daly fight. If any of the listeners haven't seen it, if you haven't seen Nick Diaz retain the welterweight title in Strikeforce against Paul Daly, go do that as soon as fucking possible. That was
unbelievable.
Insane. The craziest first round probably like ever. John McCarthy being the best referee of all time. Just, oh man, we need him back so bad. Like, I wish Bellator could sign a contract and just with the UFC and like big fucking fights, like like a McGregor Poirier fights like that magnitude. John McCarthy has to be the ref. Has to be.
Yeah. Go. Anyway. Main event, guys. Lauren Murphy.
Shevchenko next.
I know, right? I mean, what are we doing here? 38, Lauren Murphy. Do you know she has a son that's like 19?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he's like 19 or 20, maybe 18, the youngest. You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna give her mad props. Getting this far, being the underdog, and fucking winning in a weak division, albeit. But
Bro, click her. See how many times she's been the underdog.
She's been the underdog as much as Blachowicz has been the underdog and just prevailed. She's like the women's Blachowicz.
No, she's
usually the
I
underdog.
lost so much money on that Andrea Lee fight.
Yeah. But yeah, she's gonna get her fucking shit rocked. She's outgunned.
She's gonna get her fucking shit rocked.
She's outgunned. That's it, guys. Don't put money on fucking Lauren Murphy. Don't do it.
She is a huge dog lover though, so I've got to respect it.
Yeah, I mean, I like her. She's not bad. She's bad, but she's like a good person. Volkanovski, Ortega. I want to hear what you guys have to say because I got something to say.
What?
Matt, who's gonna win this? And
I'm rooting for Ortega, but Volkanovski's gonna win. You can't guillotine somebody that doesn't have a neck. He's faster. He's built like a fucking tank. And Ortega's not a better striker than Holloway, and Volkanovski beat Max twice. I don't think he beat him the second time. As much as I would like Ortega to win, I just don't really see a direct route to victory for him. He's definitely not going to outlast him in the gas tank department. Like, maybe I'm looking at this way too simplistic, but Volkanovski might not be sexy, but he is fucking basically great everywhere. So I don't know. I'm going with Volk, but I want Ortega.
Yeah, I'd fuck him too. Dude's handsome as fuck. Jealous.
I meant like him as a champion. Like, people weren't.
I know what you meant.
No, you're right. No, Matt, you're absolutely right. Chris, what do you think's gonna happen?
Dude, it depends what day you ask me, to be honest with you. Like, I root for Volkanovski only because he beat Holloway twice, and I can't believe that either one of these people, like either one of these guys, are champ while Holloway's in the division. Holloway beat the living shit out of Ortega, and then definitely lost the first fight to Volkanovski. Got his immediate rematch as he deserved, being that dominant of a champion, and then I believe won the rematch. But anyway, Ortega striking. So let me rewind. Ortega never really impressed me. The whole T-City thing, I was like, okay, I get it. His jiu-jitsu is incredible, and he's got Henry Gracie in his corner. I fucking get it. But he really overperformed, like losing to Clay Guida for 2 rounds, then beating him with a knee in the third. The Moicano fight, just a lot of fights that he was really losing and then came back in. There's fights like, for example, the Max Holloway fight. He was never, ever, ever, ever coming back from that. You know what I mean? So when you're losing to someone like that, there's times where you're just not making a comeback. So I think if he does that to Volk, or if Volk does that to him, there's going to be no, after the third round, we're kind of going to know where it's going. But his striking, dude, when he knocked out Frankie Edgar, I was like, fuck. Because Frankie Edgar, talking about Nick Diaz, Frankie Edgar is literally my favorite fighter ever. So I wanted to fucking cry. But anyway, after that happened, and his striking just got significantly better. We all saw the Chan Sung Jung Korean Zombie fight. He fucked him up, like lit him up on the feet, which I never saw happening. And I've been watching a lot of videos online, his Instagram, the embeddeds, the countdown. Dude, him hitting the pads, I know it's just hitting pads or hitting the mitts, whatever he's doing. His striking looks really fucking good, dude. Like, really fucking good. I know he made a little bit of a camp switch up, and that had to have helped a lot because his hands are like lightning quick. And his athleticism has shot up significantly. His body looks better. He's always had that, like, he's always been in incredible shape. His body was always kind of like just flat. He put some muscle on. He looks fucking good. He's faster and he's stronger and his striking's better. But Volkanovski is a absolute cardio machine, as we know. He can go 5 rounds all day. He's looking in incredible shape too. Like, his abs, no homo, I don't even know if I should say that, but his abs look on point. Maybe it's just the shaved head is making him look a little different, but he looks like he's in incredible shape. Obviously, this fight was already supposed to happen. They've been studying each other the whole tough season, and now it's coming to a head. And the line is a little steep, maybe a little sketchy. Might click it. Let's see what the movement was like. I saw you clicked it before, but I was going on one of my tangents.
Oh, hold on. This is the Ortega line.
Okay.
Volk line.
Interesting. Yeah, man. I mean, I think it's rightfully so. Like, I think that isn't it crazy? Wasn't Ortega a favorite over Max Holloway?
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the line should be a little closer. Like I think Volk should still be the favorite, but like maybe minus 155 or 145. But like Matt said, it is going to be a lot. Like I don't see him pulling out like a guillotine or a triangle on Volkanovski. Volkanovski just seems too smart and too quick for that. His jiu-jitsu is good. His wrestling is good, and that's the other thing. Or in order for Ortega to submit Volk, he's got to be on the ground, and well, not necessarily, but you know what I'm saying. But I think Volkanovski's wrestling is and anti-wrestling is significantly better than Ortega's offensive wrestling.
What, Matt?
I agree with everything Chris is saying. I was just agreeing.
So here's my
You
thing.
made a lot of good points. You almost made me change my mind. I want Ortega to win. I think he'd be a better champion for some reason. I don't know why.
Well, neither one of them are active at all.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're also doing tough. They're doing tough.
Yeah, that's true. And Volkanovski did what he had to do, man. They said fight Max Holloway again. They said, "Oh, fucking fight him again."
So technically, by the numbers, Volkanovski outstruck Max Holloway in both fights, even though, technically in the second fight, he outstruck him more by a few strikes, which is very strange. But like we said, we all know that Holloway pretty much took his foot off the gas and let it slip away, even though we all think he clearly won the first 3 rounds. My point is, you go from at this point, fighter A plus fighter B equals fighter C. I know MMA math doesn't work out, but I feel like it does here because, you got those, you have strikes Holloway, and then you got Ortega that got absolutely mangled by Holloway, and both were only stand-up affairs. And we've seen MMA by the numbers saying Volk's striking is ridiculous, which I agree with. And I think he's got some of the best feints in the game. So, and then you expect me to believe that Brian Ortega just got so much better after time off from the Holloway from the Holloway fight, and then he came back and put that clinic on Korean Zombie. Yes, he did. Could it have been that first strike that fucked Korean's game henceforth? Could be that as well. You're saying his hand's gotten better. Maybe he did just level up that fucking much to the point where it's like, yeah, he was losing all those fights badly until he came back. But now it's like, now he's better, like that much better. It feels like such a massive leap. I don't know. Maybe he did get fucking better.
We were all getting ready to crown Zombie the next title shot contender in that fight against Ortega. He came at the other end, like, what the fuck happened?
Yeah, it's great. I don't know. That's why his fight is such a fucking toss-up to me. I think it's either Ortega inside the distance or Volkanovski by decision.
Yeah. Also, I say it every time we talk about Ortega, just because I don't know why. I'm not the biggest Ortega fan. It's like, he popped for steroids.
He did.
Ortega, never fucking forget. I'm never letting that slide, motherfucker.
Yeah. Look at your shirt.
What'd you say?
Look at your shirt.
Yeah.
I guess
and look who's on
for those who's
Diaz.
And for whoever's listening, he's wearing a TJ Dillashaw shirt.
Dude, Nick Diaz on this card. All you motherfuckers are on steroids. All you motherfuckers.
And they are.
Dude, the best is when he was in court and they asked him if he consumed marijuana the day of his fight. He goes, Fifth Amendment. Dude, that's so awesome.
Awesome.
Oh man,
they get away with whatever they want, and I love it.
Yeah, deservedly so. They bring in the numbers, baby. I'll say motherfucker.
Chris, take us through the boxing world.
So I know we mentioned last weekend, some Bud Crawford news. Caleb Plant is fighting Canelo Alvarez. I believe it's November 5th, whatever that weekend is, the 4th, 5th. I think it's the 5th. In a super middleweight fight. Caleb Plant, undefeated American boxer, taking on Canelo, obviously Mexican. And Caleb Plant's looking to unify the super middleweight division. And Canelo Alvarez is looking to do what Canelo Alvarez does. They had a presser yesterday. I'm sure everybody in the MMA world saw it, but they got in each other's face. Canelo, who now speaks a little bit of English, looking pretty good out there. Canelo pushes Caleb Plant Caleb Plant retaliates, goes to slap Canelo, who dodges his slap, and then lands basically like not a check hook, not a jab, but we'll say a jab to his eye, which breaks his sunglasses and cuts his face, and then lands an overhand right slap. So I'm reading the bottom of my screen right now because Matt's about to leave us, unfortunately. So Matt, thank you for everything you do. He's got to hop on a work call. Sponsors, if you're listening, help the boys out so we don't have to do these type of things.
Yeah. Peace, guys. Enjoy the fight.
Later, Matt. Later, bro.
Hey, Matt.
But other than that, another boxing news, Pacquiao said that he's not retiring. So that's awesome. Through his agent or someone who represents him, they said Pacquiao wants to come back. I think he was a little upset after his last loss and kind of spoke emotionally, and now is right back in it. Pacquiao's going to fight till he's 1,000 years old. So good for him. And he's still fighting at literally the highest level. So good for him. What else is going on in boxing? Jake Paul released an offer online to Tommy Fury. So it's looking like that is going to be his next opponent. I think Tommy Fury is going to put it on him finally. And I did say that. So I really think that's going to be the next fight. And I'm hoping that's the next fight. And I really think that Tommy Fury is going to beat him. And what I was thinking yesterday, and I know Jake Paul and his team know this, is he has a promotion company now called, I think it's MVP. And, I think what he's trying to do is if he loses this fight, they can just promote the fuck out of Tommy Fury at that point. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
turn to business partners, essentially. Tommy Fury's got the looks, he's got the talent, and he's only got like 8 fights under his belt. Tyson Fury's little brother. But I think he's trying to get Katie Taylor to fight Amanda Serrano, which would probably be the best women's boxing match ever, like I said last week. And I think he could really turn that potential loss into a business opportunity. And if he wins, then fuck it, he wins. You know what I mean? And he just keeps going on that trajectory. So I think what he's doing is super smart.
Absolutely.
So we'll see.
Yeah.
Woodley's still posting boxing clips on his Instagram today. I'm like, dude, give it up. Give it up, dude.
Dude, just invest that money and figure out the rest of your life, man, and stop trying to be relevant. Like, you had a great legacy. You got some really awesome wins in UFC. Dominant ones, defended it
multiple times.
Come on, bro. Come on.
But he beat Lawler, and then what was it? Wonder Boy. Was that it? There was one in between. Yeah, it was. Well, no, it meant before that. It was he beat Robbie, and then defended against Wonder Boy twice.
Yep.
And then Till, but I think there's one more. He beat someone else because I think he's 5-time. Dude, why am I fucking drawing a blank?
That's why we have the internet.
He lost to Usman, obviously. Who the fuck was in between?
All right, so it was Damian Maia.
Oh, Damian Maia. Oh, that's why I can't fucking remember it, dude. Jesus Christ. Oh, my word. Yeah, when he dislocated his shoulder on the first punch he threw and then just defended takedowns for the remainder of the fight. Yeah. Jesus fucking Christ. Props to him. It's all on the same 5-time UFC champ. So hats off to him.
Yeah.
But other than that, dude, boxing is looking pretty good. Oh, my God. Did you see Dana rip into them, though? He called it shit showtime.
Did he?
Like showtime. He called it showtime, shit showtime. Because how the fuck do you not put someone in between Canelo and Caleb Plant? Like, just let them go up on stage and do that.
That's the first thing. As soon as I clicked on the video that said it says a picture and then it has they threw hands or whatever, and then I clicked on it. The first thing I saw was like, why isn't anybody there?
Dan's like, how long have you been in business? What the fuck's wrong with you? You know, he goes, oh, they're great though. Yeah, great. Press conferences, great. There's productions, excellent. Like, he's he's the man. But other than that, dude, I think UFC 266 has the entire news cycle, right? There's nothing else that matters.
Dude, it's stacked. It's an unbelievable card.
It's unbelievable. Yeah, man. So we'll fucking see, bro.
Real quick. Hold on. Just quick picks. Jonathan Pierce or Omar Morales?
I'm gonna do. I like Pierce.
I like Pierce too, man. He's a big dude, and I think he's gonna win. I'm with you. How about this one? I know neither of us really know Nicholas Maximov. I think he was on Contender Series or something. I might have missed that episode against Carl Roberson. So listen to this, because the guy from MMA by the numbers. He never touches fights when there's no sample size. But for this one, he made an exception because Maximov has had really awesome takedowns in the past, and Carl Robeson, when he faces one or more takedowns, it has like some of the worst putrid stats in the history of UFC. So I'm excited to see how that one plays out.
Dude, Roberson's. Ooh.
I know he's just athletic. He's one of those athletic guys.
What's the odds on that?
It's a pick 'em, dead even. So like nobody knows what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
And one more, Jalen Turner and Uros Medic. You remember that Uros Medic came out?
Yeah. I think it's Medic, right? That's how they said it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm bad at this. And Matt is the worst at it. But dude, Jalen Turner is just, he has like, dude, his body is just like it's a gift from God. You know what I mean? So I feel like he can use it. I don't know, man. I'm gonna go with Jalen Turner.
Yeah, I think I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. I think it's just someone's gonna get flatlined. I think that's what's gonna. I think someone's going out.
Well, if that's what you think, if you think someone like that's your A or B, then I think you're also gonna flatline Jalen Turner.
You think so? Yeah, I mean,
I feel like he has the better. Yeah. But yeah, dude. So did you make a pick in the Diaz Lawler fight? Who do you think?
I actually didn't. I actually didn't even make a pick in the main event either. I guess I'm going to go with the unknown factor with Nick and pick him to win. But my thing, one thing that's making me a little hesitant is I feel like Nick Diaz is the bigger name than Robbie Lawler, right?
Yeah.
So you would think that most of the casual money is coming in on Nick, but the line is like not moving at all. So it's like a little sketchy. I'll pick Nick as a fan.
I feel that. I just think, dude, you know what's going to happen, right? Like none of our friends, no one's asked me about this card yet. And it's so funny. Like McGregor, like all boys, like, where are we going to see it? Where are we doing this? Where are we doing that? No one has met, or even when Nate fights, no one has said shit to me because it's Volkanovski and Ortega and, Shevchenko, Lauren Murphy. Okay. And then Nick Diaz. I think that today's Wednesday. I think on Friday, the boys are going to be like, holy shit, Nick Diaz is fighting this week. You know what I mean? Like, once the UFC does its fucking thing and there's the face-offs and the weigh-ins and the whole nine, the poster is everywhere. They're going to be like, oh shit, dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think then you might see a little money come in on Nick Diaz because I know that's what my friends are going to fucking do.
Yeah. Word, you're right. And I guess I'll pick dude, I guess I'll pick Volk to retain it, but dude,
I hope so, man. I was the opposite of Matt. Me and him talked about it the other day. I think Ortega's just going to win for some reason. I think the UFC is trying to push for that, but I'm really hoping Volk's going to win. I'm rooting for Volk for sure.
I really do think Volk is fucking fantastic fighter. I just think he lost against Holloway. That's just
It is what it is. Yeah, and his fights with Chad Mendez, dude, those were dog fights. That was
dude. He beat the shit out of Aldo, dude. And we've seen Aldo how great he's been looking lately, dude. He shut Aldo down. That was like the first time Aldo lost a decision since in 7 years or something like that.
That's what I'm saying, man. He's fucking legit as fuck. So we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. All right, brother. Love you. See you all next week. Like, comment, subscribe. If you're even listening at this point, if you do listen at this point, fucking DM us and be like, we'll fucking hang out and talk. Love you guys.
Yeah, bro. I was buzzing for this episode. I already made the thumbnail.
Peace out. Next week.